welcome back to Crafted Replications. This time I'm going to attempt to make a chaise lounge. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how you say it over here. Going to put my own take on it. I'm an upholsterer by trade, so I should be able to upholster it okay. I'll be doing it in a leather. Well, at the minute I'm doing it in a leather. Just depends how the thickness works out. It might just revert to something else, just an ordinary material. But that's the plans for now. So I'll get on with it and see what you think, and hopefully it's helpful to you and useful in some way. I just want to thank all the new subscribers and stuff like that. It's great to have you on board, so it is, and I hope you enjoy this video. Take care. See you there. Thanks. Now, because mine's going to be 5 foot by 2 foot, obviously it's cut down then, so it is to the appropriate size of 5 inches by 2 inches. With 1/4 of an inch extra for the joint. And for this piece of furniture, I'm using my old favourite mahogany. Now, bearing in mind there's going to be feet on this as well, and the base is 2 inches, so I'm going to keep it 2 inches as well, and 1/4 of an inch for the joint. And as this is a bit larger than 2 inch, just bring it down to size. And I'll come back to you when I've got them cut ready. I don't know if you can see it very clearly on camera, but they're marked out for the cut, so they actually have to slot into each other, so they do. It'd be a bit plainer to see whenever I've got it cut, so we'll come back in. Just finding the angles so it sits right. I think I've got it probably about sitting at about 60. So I'll do that and see, make sure I'm happy with it. I haven't made one of these before, so it's trial and error, I suppose. I've already angled the base, so I have, so put it the right way around, it'd be better. And that's what I was hoping for there. Here what I've done, I've just I've drilled out a hole in the back, and from that hole just drilled it at an angle level with the seating. And what will happen here is this is going to be the armrest. Ooh, there, this is going to be the armrest. And I just got to turn some pillars to go up here and stuff like that, some dowels to go up here to hold it together, and then we can move on to the legs after that there.
You speak of witchcraft. Oh, a miracle, Isaac. Only God has such power. And so has been gifted to this man. We must for possess these powers. I speak to the dead.
Right, I'm ready now to put things together. And for that, you want trusty glue sticks. So all I've done, I've drilled holes in the base of the Chaise Lounge. These are obviously too long. But I made them that way, so I thought it'd just be easier to cut them off after I've got my measurements correct. A wee bit of glue on them. I've rounded the end of the armrest off. I'm just going to pop that through there, and I've drilled holes in the bottom for these tops, for these reels, sorry, to put into. And I'm just going to nip the edges off. Make for a better fit, and hopefully if I've drilled this correctly, they should all just fit into the holes. I'm going to use a piece of tape just to keep that in place. I'm thinking that's about where I want it. And everything seems to have fit in nicely. Obviously these will be trimmed off, as will the backs. But for now, it's time to go and have a cup of coffee. And I'll come back when that's dried. Here folks, I'm just making the legs for the Chaise Lounge. I'm using a bit of dowel, and because it's so thin and I want a certain type of finish, I'm using the needle files as opposed to the real tools. But seeing that there, I'm not getting what I want, so I have to improvise. And then go back with the lathe tool. small rat tail files just to emphasise the cuts. Right, I've took the excess off on the bandsaw and I'm just going to give it a wee rub down now, just gently. Fingers glued. Oh, happy enough for that. That'll just help me shape the back over whenever I'm doing the roll of the back. Maybe it's a bit too small, but I'll build it out with foam anyway, so I will. And that's everything on that side done. Now I can't put the legs on yet, so I can't. They're too long anyway, so they are. I'm gonna cut them down. But the next stage of this wee journey will be to get the foam on it and think about the material I'm going to be using to upholster it. So once that's all dried and settled, I'll come back to that there then, and we'll carry on. Sorry, the sound was off. As you just seen there, I just ran the foam that I'm going to be using for the seat through the bandsaw. Easiest way to cut it. You can cut it with a bread knife or an electric bread knife. That's very good for cutting foam as well, so it is. But I had that at hand, so I used that. I've got to get it into its final shape. I might not film all this here, because it's a matter of trial and error, but I'll see how we go here and bring you back shortly to it, or maybe just let the camera keep on running and see what happens. Right, it's now time for the upholstery to start. I originally wanted to do it in a leather, but even the thinnest that I've got is still quite thick. I'm thinking possibly this wee bit of material I have here. It's got a bit of give in it. It's multicolored, but when on and stuff like that there, I think it might suit it well. I wish I had time to put it out on Instagram, then you could give me your opinion. I say the trouble with the leather is I'm worried about whenever and this is thin leather, this isn't like some of the thicker stuff. Whenever I'm putting it around the base, it'll maybe a bit too thick, but I'm going to ponder over it and surprise you in a minute or so. Alright, well, you guessed it, I've decided to go for the leather. So I have. So we'll begin. I have upholstered things as big as this here in real life, but not this size here. So I'm going to go with some wee cuts first to get through the side rails. I'll put this light on, might be able to see a bit better. And I'm also going to be using a hot glue gun for this. So first things first, I'll get these 3 rails in and see how we go from there. I seem to be saying that an awful lot at the minute. See how we go from there. I'm going to pause you while that gun heats up. Now while you're on pause there, I realised I've run out of sticks from a big glue gun, so I've got the wee one plugged in here, which isn't as precise, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. Obviously I want to keep the thickness down, so I don't want too much glue on it. And this should hold the leather. There's edging going on as well, so that will cover up the splits. I'll clamp it down as well because I can't put that much pressure on it. When you're upholstering something larger, obviously you need the pressure to get the shape of the foam, but with this being so small, I've just clamped it to hold the foam down, and hopefully when I take this back off again, it'll clamp back up to the size it should be. Again, gotta be careful here with the armrest on this side. Now there's too much material here and it's going to sit out like a sore thumb, so it is whenever I turn this in. Normally you turn it and pleat it, but I can't do that with that, so what I'm going to do is just cut at an angle like so, so the 2 pieces nearly match. Put up a glue on, which I put too much on there. Instead of you watching that there pelt down, I'll come back to a wee second so I will. Now here you can see a wee bit of jumped ahead. I didn't think it was, the back was done the same way as what the seat was done. Saying that, there's still a bit of work to be done on it. The way I'm going to finish the base off is I'm going to put a bit of mahogany along the bottom, a thinner piece in this is too thick, and then an edging on it which I'm going to score to make it look like beading round the bottom of it, and once I've done that there we can put the legs on. So we'll just cut a strip of this here, and then we'll attach that. Now I thought I had a thinner piece of mahogany cut, it didn't, but this will suffice. Going on to the wooden base, so it is. So this time I'm going to not use the hot glue gun, because I only use that really if I have to. I prefer the old favourite, and I'm not obviously I'm not sponsored with less than 70 subscribers, but you might grow, you never know. But I'm going to use Gorilla Glue to glue this down. A favourite glue. As you can see, it's a generous helping I'm putting on, and because I want this here to be so tight, I'm going to be using the larger clamps to hold it in place. Dries clear, but I'm going to be trying to make sure I don't overdo it with it. What I've got to do now is find my big clamps wherever I put them, and I think they're down in the band, so I'll use the other clamps. I'm putting this bit of board on the back just to protect. Just make sure I get it exactly where I want it. And obviously this is going to help hide all the cuts of the leather, which was what I was worried about in the first place, because as I said, I thought the leather might be a bit too thick, but we seem to be working alright with it. I'm just going to use these here at the minute, and I'm going to clamp it down with heavier clamps, because I want that. Actually, that's held quite tight down anyway, so it has. I might just use a few more of these. That might do the job. I thought I might have to use bigger clamps, but seems to be holding alright. I'm going to put through properly. Just get that in and get it tightened up. Hoping it won't budge. Who said you can never have enough clamps, eh? That's working rightly, because the glue's squeezing out of that there, as you can see. So I'll maybe just reinforce the back. Don't know if I can, if I've got enough length on this, but I'll try. That back. I need a wee block of some sort to lift this up, and this will probably do the job. going to suffice. Right. Right. I'll turn the camera off here because I don't think you want to be sitting looking at that dry for an hour, but we'll come back in when it's dry. Thanks. Hello folks, how you doing? I hope you don't mind, but this here video's been carrying on for a while, so it has, so I'm gonna cut it into two parts, so I am, because I think maybe 40-45 minutes might be a bit too long, so it might, so I'm going to leave it here at the posty bit, and we'll come back to the finishing off in the second video. Hope that suits you alright. Okay. Oh, and by the way, in the meantime, I've been making this here chair for a friend called Nadine from the Etsy shop. It's a bit larger than what I normally do, but it's what she wanted. So it is. Let me know if you want to see a video on it, because you're talking about doing a rocking chair version as well, and if you want, I can do that there and put it on the channel. You see how that there's made smaller ones obviously, but that's a fair bit bigger than the scale I normally work with. Anyway, I shall finish off this here video now, and we'll start the second one for probably next week or something like that there, so we'll put it up then. Alright, take care for now. God bless. Bye. See you later.